Hey, I'm Mike Yannessa. Welcome to another episode of Car Stories here on PCTV. Tonight I'm in the showroom. We got a special guest bringing his car on later on. But right now, I want to show you our latest car for sale. Check this baby out. 1969 442 4-speed. Same owner since 1971. Original paint, touched up one or two spots, but most of it's original. Original interior, 69,000 miles, numbers matching, and it's a W30. W30 adds 40%. So say you had a basic Oldsmobile, real nice condition, 442, 4-speed. It's worth about $30,000, we'll say. If it's a W30, add 40%. They made 1,028 W30s, and this is one of them. The motor was rebuilt at 50,000, so it runs good, it drives good. Very nice car. If you know anybody looking for an investment car and a real classic, we're asking $45,000 for it. Well worth it. Nice original car. Actually, Dave worked here when it was Dame Chevrolet as a parts guy, and he had it all these years since 1971. Came from Stout Auto Sales up in Reading. So just a really nice piece of automotive history in this 442. So the Eastwood Company, right here in Pottstown on Shoemaker Road, behind the Walmart. They have everything that you need to restore your car, powder coating, metalworking tools, a lot of really innovative tools for unique problems. So check out Eastwood. They're right here in our backyard. They're known across the country in the restoration field. At Carlisle, Hershey, you'll find them all over, but we're lucky enough to have them right here in town. So don't forget, check out Eastwood, check out their website. Throughout the summer, they have cars and coffee, they have car shows, they have flea markets. Really good business right here in town. Eastwood Company, Shoemaker Road. So check out this beautiful 1969 Camaro here in the showroom at Wheels in Motion at 525 East High Street. But this one is not for sale. This one belongs to a good friend of mine, Mike Hipszer, and he's here tonight to tell us all about this beautiful 69 Super Sport Camaro. Thanks for coming, Mike.
You betcha.
Yeah, tell us about this car. You were just saying that you owned it for how many years?
I've owned this car. Come Friday, be the 28th anniversary of my ownership to the car.
Wow.
Longest I've ever owned a car in my life.
And he's taking good care of it, and he constantly improves it.
Yes,
Every year, he just makes it better and better. A little engine dress up, or some new parts here and there. And it's a beautiful car. I told Mike that I actually worked on this car before he bought it. The people that owned it were right here from Pottstown, and then they sold it to him. So I worked on this 30-some years ago when it belonged to the other owners. But Mike, what have you all done with this car over the years since you've owned it?
Oh, a number of things. I keep after it, of course, and I like to freshen it up to my tastes. And
right.
I'm a multiple show winner.
I know. He does real good at the shows with this car. Clean.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't come home with awards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's like anything. But no,
sure.
I've been there. Super Chevy one year. Mike got top honors up there with the car. I mean, he redid the motor, detailed the engine compartment. He had it repainted years ago, but Mike takes care of it, and it looks like brand new. Really nice. Mike, what do you got to show us here tonight?
Okay, back in the fall of '03, or actually it was filmed in the summer of '01. Oh, shucks.
Right there. You're good.
All right. I made a Camaro Performers Fall '03.
That's your car in there?
Yes.
I did not know that.
I was taking a Super Chevy back in the summer of '01, and I didn't find out till from a friend of mine. It's had a surprise for me. I said, come over, and he showed me. Man.
How about it?
I couldn't believe it. Best endeavor of my life.
That really looks good.
You know, want the world to see.
Yep.
Okay, now
what else you got?
Okay, I got, this is all the documents of the car. I went over all the options it had and like how many had it. Things were added, things were taken away over the years. Are you
like power steering?
Yep, that was added one.
Yep.
And I was taken from the bill of sale. I wrote everything about the motor, and I wrote all about the history of it.
Wow. See, all that stuff helps people because it adds value to the car, and the next person that buys it from Mike one day will have all that, because we don't remember a lot of things. So write it down. Keep your paperwork in order. If your car is in any magazines or gets any attention like Mike's did, of course, save the article. And what else you got here, Mike? I see a window sticker. And
that's a reproduction of the original window sticker. I do have the original bill of sale of what the car went for.
Where did it sell at?
Shirk Chevrolet in Paradise, PA.
Oh my, how about that?
We're on Route 30, and it's Kime Chevrolet today.
Oh, okay.
And the price of the car was $4,500, $45,1405 out the door in 1969.
That was a lot of money then, because of the Super Sport and the
Camaro.
options.
Yes.
Yep.
At $10,000 less than a Corvette, I would imagine.
Yep. Yep. That's nice.
And here I have the Protect-A plate here. It's Protect-A plate.
Yep.
And the guy was in Lancaster, owned it. He came out was a non from January '68 to May of '69, and he placed the order. And a month later, he took delivery of it. He had it till about December of '74. Then he went to like a '75 Buick. After that, unknown history. And then from like maybe '87 on, I found out some details about the car. Then in July of '88, I worked at a dealership in Boyertown. One of the mechanics had it into work, and maybe I must have checked that thing about 10 times that day. Then the following year, the car wound up in Boyertown area, and
for sale?
Well,
not
yet. But I told him if you ever want to sell, I gave him my name and number. I said, please call me.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, 2 years later, I got a call from him on a Saturday night. I couldn't believe it. He asked me, you want to buy the Camaro? I said, yeah, I would. And then
oh my gosh.
Then the following day, he comes over to my house. I studied this thing tooth and nail and fine tooth comb. They left me take it for I took it for a test run. I said, pretty sure I'm going to be doing it. Then it was a Sunday. Then 2 days later, he said, you still want it? I said, yes. And we started haggling price. And I said, okay, we haggle the price. If I tell you the price of this, you ready? In $1991, $7,500.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
All four, I guess, was.
That was a lot of money back then, but now, not today for these cars, the way they've increased. I mean, and this is a 350, 4-speed, 12-bolt, Super Sport. I mean, it's a good one. It's a really nice car.
It's all there.
Yep.
I'm trying to think, and I've owned it since '91, and I refreshed a number of things over the years to my taste and where it is today. I have no regrets of owning.
But it's the original motor.
Yes,
you can do what you want to do. You can clean it up. You can put some chrome under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go take a look at the hood, and we'll see what Mike did.
I went over this thing, fine tooth comb.
It looks really nice,
top
Mike.
to bottom. Thank you very much.
My motor was rebuilt.
Yes, 40 over.
A few years ago, and cleaned up, and he's got the chrome goodies on there. It's like I said, it's not the original stuff, but it doesn't matter. No. That's what he wanted to do to it, and it's the original numbers matching block. So it looks really clean. Mike's a detailer, so his cars are always detailed, and then you can sure tell it's well taken care of. So this beautiful '69 Super Sport, I want to thank Mike for bringing this tonight to share with all of us. If anyone out there has a nice car they want to tell their story, get in contact with me. But Mike, thanks for bringing this beautiful '69 Super Sport Camaro.
Thank you very much.
I know you'll take care of it. I don't have to say take care of it because I know you will.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
You betcha.
How about a jukebox here? I picked this up a couple years ago from a friend of mine. It's like a 1980 disco ball. You can give you the time frame. It has a dollar bill changer, so you know it's later. But 1980 is still 40 years ago, right? Hard to believe, but it is. So anyway, it's a nice old jukebox. I like it. It's in the showroom, but I want to play a song for you here, and then we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to press 100. It's the only record that I loaded in it. All the records that are in it are from the old owner, and but this one here is special to me. So how'd you like that old rock and roll record? Actually, that was Blue-Eyed Soul. That's what they called that. It's from the 60s. That was my brother, the lead singer of the Soul Brothers 3 and the Fowl Brothers. When they recorded this, they changed their name to the Fowl Brothers. He was 17 years old. He went to Big Time Records in Philadelphia, and they recorded this. And I can remember going to Woolworths at North End Shopping Center and going to Sears at Coventry Mall, and my brother's record was for sale for like a quarter. I mean, back then they had slots of 45 records. That's what this is. And you could go through and pick the Beach Boys or the Beatles, and you buy one record, and it would have a flip side. And my brother's record was in those two stores for sale. And what a big deal when he took me over there to show me it. The back side of the record is the same with it's no vocal. The drummer, Jungle Jack had a 65 Buick Skylark with handicap pedals. He was a Vietnam vet, and it had spider webs all over it. And on the door, written like Jungle Jim, it said Jungle Jack. What a great guy from New Jersey. That's all I remember. Unfortunately, I lost my brother a number of years ago, and I don't have any of his music. So I asked people for car stories. Now I'm asking if anyone out there in the viewing audience remembers the Fowl Brothers, the Soul Brothers, the FBI, the New Creation. That was my brother's bands. They used to have the Battle of the Bands out at Northern Junior High School every summer, and he was in there. And if anyone has his music, only thing I have left is the record, the one record. But he had reel-to-reel tapes that were lost. And him and Paul Betts out on Reynolds Avenue and Dave Pomponio and a bunch of local guys recorded music together. And I would ask if anyone knows where any of the records were, or recordings were from them old bands and the Battle of the Bands at Northern Junior High School. I would really appreciate if I could make a copy of it. So just a little bit of Pottstown history there. Like I said, they call it Blue-Eyed Soul because they were a Caucasian group, and they sang a lot of James Brown and Otis Redding, and a lot of the soul. Motown was the sound in the late 60s. But that was his, he had several other records, but that was the only one he got a chance to record. So two pictures of him here real quick. One is at the Downtown Motor Inn, which was a hopping spot at one time, singing. He played the electric accordion, Cordovox, and it made organ noises and cymbals, and it was like an organ piano electrified. Beautiful instrument. And he had a 56 handyman Chevy wagon. Now you know why I like 56s. And on the door was the Soul Brothers 3, and he used that to haul all his equipment around, the amps and the microphones. This was taken between the Orioles and Dempsey's, right there in the parking lot when I was a kid. I took it with my Polaroid camera, which was, you know, futuristic back then to get the picture right away. So just wanted to share that with you guys out there. If you know anyone with the records or recordings, please give me a call. Another old friend of mine stopped in. I think I had this on the last show. Dave Johnson, local guy in Stowe, was cleaning at his house. He's downsizing, and he found the Schaefer's Getty baseball shirt. Schaefer's Getty was at the corner of Prospect and Charlotte Streets. It's where I worked pumping gas, and it's where I worked as a mechanic when I was 18 years old. So Dave gave me that, and then this week he stops in, he found more stuff. Brand new Schaefer's Getty t-shirts, a really cool hat, some matches, brand new, not used, pen knife. Can you see that okay, Gus? And a pen and a keychain. This summer I was at Duryea Day and I found this. Really cool. Jake was a great guy. He had a very good business out in the North End, and he gave away a lot of stuff at Christmas time. He'd have pens and all the stuff you see here. He had a really good business. He was a hustler. He was good with people, and that gas station pumped some gas. It's a shame today because it's closed up. Nobody's reopened it lately, but at one time that was a hot gas station in the North End of Pottstown, and I worked there in the late 70s. 78, 79. So Schaefer's Getty ice scraper. I mean, I do collect local stuff. So if you have anything around the house for Kaiser Chevrolet, Dame Chevrolet, Schaefer's Getty, Bart Sunoco, any of that kind of stuff, sometimes I buy it and keep it because I like it. This is some pens, Rosenberry Supermarkets in here, Schaefer's Getty, Downtown Records and Tapes, my pens from the old days. So just a neat thing to collect. Pottstown, PA. This plate, nobody can tell me what this is. I have 2 of them. Must have been something. It's a smaller plate, so it's from the early 50s, late 40s. So these are a couple things that I just came out quickly. The calendars from 1982 and 1984 from my first garage, Mike Service Center at Farmington and Wilson. Ice scrapers, my 2nd year in business, which would have been 38 years ago. Do you believe that? And this is from our 10th year in business, which was up on Farmington Avenue at 1189. So December 2nd is actually 40th year, my 40th year in my own business, besides a few years before that working for Bart Sunoco and Schaefer's Getty. But I started Mike Service Center in 1979, which grew into Wheels in Motion around 2000. So it's been a long time. I've had met a lot of good people, had a lot of good times, and I just still love working on cars. So here at Wheels in Motion at 525 East High Street, as I tell you on every show, we work on old cars, we work on new cars. We sell a lot of tires, wheels, service work. In the showroom though, we've been trying to add little accessories that you're looking for. Like I'm always looking for a cell phone adapter or a charger. So we got this new Duracell display that has the different, Galaxy, iPhone connectors and stuff. So if you need them, come check it out. They're reasonably priced, nice quality. We have this air effect stuff. Boy, this stuff takes odors out. You can see how much we sold. People have been buying it. If your car smells funny or your closet smells funny, one little spray and this stuff really works. And a lot of things we got. We have running boards in the back there, car detailing products up here, absorbers, waxes, and of course WeatherTech. So if you know anybody that needs car accessories, the Christmas season's coming, check us out here at Wheels in Motion, get our price. We get deliveries like 3 days a week, so if we don't have it, we can order it for you. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday a truck comes. So just wanted to let everyone know that we are getting more into the accessories and things that you need to keep your car looking good. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I want to thank Mike Hipszer for bringing that beautiful '69 Super Sport Camaro. We have a good show planned for next month, so stay tuned to Car Stories here on PCTV. Good night.
Hey, we're back here at Wheels in Motion. I'm with Mike Yannessa, the owner, and you guys liked it so much when we talked about the Survivor cars and even got to drive one that, well, we wanted to come back and spend a little bit more time on the '63 Impala. So can you walk me through this car? Tell me a little about it.
Sure, Kevin. Thanks for coming back. 1963 Impala Super Sport. Convertible, 4-speed, 38,000 miles, original owner. Parked it in 1974. And I really didn't get an answer why he parked it, but he did at his mother's house. And we drug it out just the way it is, put air in the tires,
wow,
and we're going to bring it back to life. And,
so you say it's all original paint?
Original paint, and look.
Original paint.
Look at that. I mean, it'll clean up like $1 million, but we didn't clean it yet because we wanted to show before and after. You know, look at the engine. It's got the mandatory fin Corvette valve covers, which they all did back in the 60s.
Of course.
The white exhaust manifold.
Well, all the accessories, they're all chrome stuff. It's all like a day 2 restoration from 1963.
It's 63.
The chrome, that looks like maybe a Mr. Gasket
Yep,
accessory.
snap-on thing,
Yep.
and the wheels, Fenton wheels with double white walls and the spinners.
Cool.
And it carries throughout the car. I mean, if you come into the inside of the car, it's got the vintage sun tack, vintage gauges. It's got an 8-track tape player.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite elements in these cars is people call it engine turning, but the true term is jeweling.
Yeah.
The jeweling on the dashes, and that's drawn out of World War II and the things that they did, but it's all down the side trim, and it's all there. There's no nicks, there's no dings, the steering wheel's not cracked.
And the interior will clean up. I put new carpet in it, but all the door panels and stuff, like they get sticky from sitting, and we use Prep-Sol, and that takes it off without damaging the color. Okay. So the interior will clean up like $1 million.
I got to do a test. There's nothing like the sound of an original car that's never been apart when the door closes.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Okay.
Original convertible top. How many 63 Impalas have the original convertible top that's still nice?
Well, I don't think I've seen one in a long, long time.
No. The guy's a real cool guy, him and his wife. Imagine this. They've been married 40 years, and she never rode in the car.
Wow.
She's the one that came to me because she knows I'm known for original.
Yeah.
I do a lot of original restorations, crayon marks.
Well, there's the backstory there. Why was she not allowed in the car?
It was never on the road. She says, think of this. That's the first thing she said. Imagine, we've been married for 40 years and I never had a ride in that car. It's been parked in the garage up at his mom's house. So, and they were afraid the garage was getting rickety. They were afraid the garage would fall down. So Colin and I went up and drug it out. And like I said, we put air in the tires and here it is, just the way it is. I had it in the showroom for a while and the people just loved it because, you know, and you know, of course, some people are like, why is it dirty? Why didn't you clean it up? Just wait, it'll come to life.
No. One of the coolest cars I ever saw at a car show was a Hertz Shelby, 65 model. Maybe it was 66. Anyway, fastback car with the gold stripes. And the guy was literally a barn find, and he took it out of the barn, didn't clean anything off of it. They pushed it onto a trailer. You can still see where the flat spots were on the tires. That drew more crowds.
Awesome.
It was at the 45th anniversary of the Mustang in Birmingham. That car showed beautifully, and it was wonderfully horrible.
Yeah.
This is a few steps better than that. Well, Mike, thanks so much for the trip back in time. This is an unbelievable car. You're so fortunate to be the steward of this beautiful automobile, and I want to ride in it when you get it done. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, we can definitely make that happen, Kevin. Thanks for coming to see me again.
Well, thanks for sharing your world. This is awesome, man.
Thank you.
And about that Z28 sitting in the back lot.
What Z28?
Let's go see if
you
that
don't
thing
miss
starts.
anything, do you?
Let's go see if that thing starts.